Interesting session today. We're going to skip to the end of Europe when they came in and the beginning of this brutal sell-off. And how you could predict this brutal sell-off. You can't unless you get some news at the top. We're searching around for news, rumors. There's really nothing that's come out to have a 30, 40-point sell-off in the last 30 minutes of the European session, which was after 10 Central in the Central Time. There are clues that the downside's the right side. No one could predict a 40-point sell-off unless there's some news that real time, and then you could say, wow, this thing's going to get really weak. Well, we didn't get that. Most of the time, you're not going to get that. But a couple things that before anything happens. That there's a chance there's a double top that's showing, and generally double tops too late once you recognize them because they're already there. You probably got people looking for an extension. But right around here was the first thought that this market's a little weaker than it otherwise would be. And it was because at 10 o'clock Central, bring it right in here, oil had an air inventory number come out a day late because of President's Day. And it came out bullish for oil prices. And oil prices spiked. The ES and the equities usually will go with it, at least temporarily. It didn't budge higher at 10 Central. The inventory number is usually on Wednesdays at 9:30. It's bumped to Thursdays at 10 Central when there's a holiday Monday like there was this week. So that number, and I told guys, got to be careful being long. We couldn't even react a tick or two higher on a pretty bullish oil number, all right? And I don't want to get into analyzing the oil number. But when you get and you have, number one, a lot of people bullish based on this rally, this rally, this rally, this double top, looking to take it out, up and away.
Dang, man, you guys stirred it up. I went off to that meeting, and I've been watching while I was in it. That is something.
Yeah. Well, I'm just doing the highlight now.
Is there something? Has any news come out?
No, that's what I'm going over right now with the group. But the hold on, let me finish. The potential stuck of bulls. You don't always know there's going to be a ton of bulls there or longs that are stuck, but you do know that the market's bullish. What takes out this swing low, you still don't know it's going to go down a whole bunch. But when it should go up with crude oil not being able to run it up at that 10 o'clock release, you got to scratch your head. You got to put yourself in a position to say, you know what? If I'm going to buy this thing, I got to get immediate satisfaction or I'm out. So worst thing that happens in a big move, either up or down, in this case down, is that it only takes one stupid idea, a long trade, from a person who's not good at getting out of losers to make this move really important and a giant hole in their account because they just didn't get out. This is the market not letting you get away with bad habits if you have them. So it spills over. There were no stops like that. It should have stopped at 90. It should have, or 80 rather. It should have stopped at 78. It should have stopped. And I told guys, you're going to buy this. It's buying a knife. You better get it to bounce right away. The right side, since 84 even, was the downside. And in all the indexes, they just couldn't control themselves. And they go all the way down, shallow retracement, all the way down to, what was it, 40? It was a joke. Look at all this potential support. I'm not even hesitating. Now, to this moment, it's almost 11 Central. We still haven't heard anything come across the wires yet. It was probably coronavirus, maybe someone saying a big number's being released about those cases. But you got the market off, complacent, and usually a lot of traders, you didn't have to catch this downside. If you did, good for you. But you have to put yourself in a position not to catch it the wrong way. To notice something earlier that there's some news in here, right in there. Still didn't get it, but it was ugly. And I started saying in here, down in the mid-70s, this market's repricing itself for one reason or another. and the son of a gun repriced itself all the way down to the lows of 42, 41. Now it's coming back and it's finding some resistance on the way up. And the one thing I'm going to leave you with is just because we broke 40 points doesn't mean it'll never rally. The rallies could be very significant and overall still make this market pretty bearish. I mean, take a look at this move. From there to there, 50% of it's right in there, and that's 66, 68. You could rally another 7 points from where we're at now and still be pretty bearish because of a 40-point slide. Pay attention to the headlines to see if this was something that if this is something that was fundamentally induced with this coronavirus or something else. I even thought, like in here, maybe Barr quit, Attorney General. That's not been the case. I was purely speculating. But most important, my job in a trading room and any community leader is to keep people off the wrong side first. And that's what we did way up at 84 even, because of the oil correlation, that it couldn't even get us to budge higher, and it was a pretty bullish oil number. Good luck.